Yo,
Mr. Jack Brickhouse.
Yeah. What's up, fellas? How are you?
Up? We're doing great, brother. How are you? And is Coffee with us?
Oh, and you know it.
Absolutely know I'm with you. What's going on?
Damn.
Slam.
You guys are
Yo, Rob,
guys?
what's up, baby?
prepared. What's up, dude?
Damn.
How you guys been? It's always great. It's
Yeah.
always great hearing those voices.
Oh my God, it's been too long, man. God damn.
It was May. It was May. I was looking it up. It was May of last year.
May
of
I
last
think
year.
we were just inside of the COVID thing, and we did the show
Wow.
based
Yeah,
off of our text story.
it was towards the end. I remember it was towards the end.
Yeah,
You guys are still doing your show, calling Audibles, correct?
we are.
Yes,
most
yes,
definitely.
yes, we are. We're on the season 2. It's man, dude. You know what? I absolutely haven't. I indulged so much in 2020 that I totally forgot what we were on. I thought I hadn't talked to you guys in like 3 years.
Dude, 2020 was like dog years. That was like
It's
7
been
years.
so long, man. It's
Dude.
long. You know how it is, man. You got like your cousins, but it's like your favorite cousins, or you got your favorite family, and you haven't spoke to them in a while. It's like, dude, I saw you like 6 months ago. It's like, yeah, no shit. Okay, cool. Yeah, but man, I kind of miss you.
What, dude? What was that
No
year?
homo.
No homo. What was that year though, man? What the fuck was that, man? That was some crazy ass shit.
It was insane, bro. It literally was insane. You know what's even crazier though? What's even crazier is the world. I don't know about out there where you guys are at, but back here in the Midwest, it's like nothing happened.
Oh,
Nothing happened.
we're getting to that
And
point. We're getting to where like no masks, everything's opening back.
I feel like it's a
Yes,
50-50.
I've been watching UFC fights and seeing arenas filled with people with no mask, NBA playoffs, no mask, just people walking around. And then they got like, oh yeah, if you got the vaccine, you're good. You can walk in with no mask. They don't even have anybody by the door. Like, yo, let me see your vaccine card.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nothing.
Yes, I know. There's definitely the ones rolling the dice. I feel like there's going to be one last surge of it, and it's going to be the people, the idiots with no mask that didn't get
Let me tell
vaccinated.
you something. You can't trust people to be safe. Listen, we all know about STDs, and there's people out here still not wearing condoms.
Still get
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm one of them. Okay, so with this mask shit, I really don't trust people because with a condom, you don't see when I wear a condom, and you don't know if I'm not having safe sex. But with a mask, you absolutely have to. I don't know if this guy is safe or not, and you don't know that's humans. Humans are horrible. We are horrible, absolutely horrible.
Yes.
So I expected as soon as in Jersey that they said, okay, it's okay to not wear a mask, I assumed everyone was going to drop their mask. But being in the retail business, it's been like a 50-50
A
split.
50-50, and I do see sometimes where it's like a man and a woman, and one of them have the mask on. So
I've
I'm
seen that
assuming
too.
like the one got the vaccine and the other didn't, because if one is doing the right thing, like I think,
And that just lets you know the dynamic of their relationship.
yeah, you know that.
You can absolutely step to his chick in front of him, and I mean, you might be risking him being upset, but if you catch her like coming out the bathroom real quick, you can probably get a number. Let me tell you something, dog. Like that, their relation. If you can't agree with your partner on whether you should wear a mask, I'm wearing my mask. Well, I'm not, Susan. Well, guess what? They're almost over anyway. Susan's
She got the
absolutely
mouth
stepping
out. She got the mouth out. You know where she's going.
Is having unsafe sex. These are hypocritical people.
Whoever doesn't have the mask, you're getting a blowjob from. That's all I know, guys.
It's ridiculous, man. How you guys doing, man?
Good.
Well, so I was listening earlier. So Slambo's still not back. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I
with
don't
that?
know. He won't even reply to my
I think he had
text.
left, right? But when we called last time, I think you guys were going through some shit. Like, what happened?
Dude, I think it was just the years of berating him, making him do the bits, and also, he never grew. I think at one point I called him out. I'm like, dude, in 4 years, you haven't grown as a person. And he didn't like that. He didn't like hearing that. So,
Jesus.
yeah.
That's tough to say. Listen, that's tough love. That's tough love, and you got to have tough skin to be able to deal with that. Brickhouse hits me with tough love all the time. And I'm dead inside because of it. I'm totally desensitized now. You can tell me anything, and I'm okay. But when somebody tells you, dude, you haven't grown in 4 years, hey,
Yeah.
Jesus, right?
Yeah.
That's a whole high school career. That's a college
Yes!
diploma.
I remember I heard that from a high school teacher, and I was like, whoa, I got to get my shit together.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I got my shit together, but Slambo didn't. So.
Coffee, I've called Slambo my best friend since like high school. We met when we were like 14.
Yes.
And after he left this show, he won't even reply to my text.
That's
like
some,
I've texted him
crazy
about
shit.
I've only texted him like 3 times, and it's usually show stuff of like, hey, this guest says this, and hey, this guest says this, but still, like, I'm getting no reply at all.
He should also
not even an LOL.
He should also be like honored that people are still asking about
Yeah.
him, I feel.
Man, dude, this is like when Joe Budden broke up his show.
Right?
Slaughterhouse.
For me,
This is
mean,
some
for me,
slaughterhouse
on my level,
shit.
I never listened to that guy's show to begin with. All due respect to Budden or whatever the fuck he does. Like for me, I was like, God damn, these guys really like. Brickhouse was telling me about it. I was like, Jesus, I thought they were like drum tight.
Yeah.
And you break up to make up, but whatever, man.
So you two kind of know Slambo, so I can text him something from you guys. What do you want to say to Slambo and see if I get a reply?
Yeah.
We want to look when we give us Slambo's number, and I will reach out to Slambo personally. I'll be the go-between. I'll be the moderator here. I'll try to mend the fences. He might not make it back on the show. Hey, listen, if he hasn't grown in 4 years, then he didn't get the 4 years in 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay,
right,
he's still
we'll
holding
do
a
that.
touch.
I like
But
that.
maybe we can get the relationship back going, and then in another 8 years, he can get back on the show.
I love it. That's a
He's gonna plant the
breakthrough.
seed.
I like
I'm
that.
planting seeds, baby. I'm a farmer, baby. Johnny Appleseed. Coffee Appleseed. Call me Coffee Apple.
Coffee, are you still on Twitter? Because I gotta say, I searched Koffee Black on Twitter and I did not find you. I found a different guy. A different guy who I don't know if I wanted to find.
Dude, I'm not on Twitter.
Okay.
I hate social media, bro. I hate social media. My Instagram is. I'm just not. Look. First of all, I'm not going to get into my shortcomings because you're going to have Brickhouse back on my ass when we get off this goddamn call. Okay. So there's still some things I'm trying to hide here. Okay. All right. On the back end, though, we'll still remain friends after he's through with business work.
Okay. Because there's a guy, and I would call him a power bottom. He's not you, Coffee. I know he's not you, but if you search Koffee Black on Twitter, he's a bottom.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Is the Coffee Black on
is it
Twitter?
spelled
Does he
the
like a
same?
lot
Is it
of
spelled the same?
cream in his coffee?
What's that, guys?
Because I spell mine Koff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I spelled it that way. You might have to do a cease and desist on
shit.
him. Yeah, or change.
hey, let's go ahead and tightrope on out of this one.
Yeah.
What you guys got going on?
That might go bad for me. Like, what's wrong with being Coffee
No,
Black?
there's nothing wrong with that.
Bottom is
There's-
a bad thing.
There's nothing wrong with that if
Like,
that's your thing.
shit. Now I got the alphabet people on.
But you're gonna have all sorts of different guys after you, I feel like.
I gotta look up Coffee Black on Twitter. I want to know.
They're coming for me.
Yeah.
They're gonna come for me.
Oh, coming
Did I
on.
make it
coming
awkward? Did I make the interview awkward?
in. No, I did. I did that, Coffee. My man.
I feel an eerie silence come over. That's how powerful they got.
That's all right. We're gonna come back.
Right? Rise above that. Rise above that shit, bros. Whoa, man. What about are you guys? You guys are both in the U.S., correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm out in Arizona, out on the West Coast.
Are you guys? Were you guys
I'm
relieved?
in the Midwest currently right now.
Well, Midwest, that's got to be a crazy spot, dude. But were you guys relieved when Trump didn't win a second term?
We would-
You go. You go because you were at the center of the change.
Yeah,
In Maricopa County out there in Arizona, you were at the center of the world for like 3 days.
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep this super PC because I don't take political stances. As either way, so I'll preface by saying this: I do a lot of work in law, in legalities, and knowing the Constitution and revised statutes for states and all of these sorts of things. And I understand the makeup of federal government versus state government versus city government. So on the federal level, kind of who they put in as the leader has an impact, but not really. If you kind of understand the power structure and how things work. So for me, personally, whether it's blue or red, the machine will still roll.
Same, yes.
I honestly didn't think Biden would win. If I put money on it, I wouldn't put it on him that he's win. So I was actually genuinely shocked when I saw the drummings happen with Georgia and Phoenix and Pennsylvania, and I saw how things were shaping out. Like I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. There was an elation of, I always like the underdog. I've been an underdog my life, so I always kind of root for the underdog, even though I didn't bet with the underdog.
Yeah.
I didn't bet with them, but it's like, oh, all right. And I would say that there was a little bit of relief, but not really, because, like I told people, it had nothing to do with me politically. It was what he was doing socially that was causing a stir.
The social, and the people that took what he said and acted on it. That was a problem.
It was a problem, and to realize that there were like, I forgot what the total vote was, but it was like 70 million people, regardless if they political views or social views or ignorant views, they sided with that.
And he still got a lot of votes.
I was able to see it. Like, I was able to witness the ignorance happen in front of me.
Yeah.
Like on a real graphic, violent, just really disturbing level with people that I'm pretty sure 4 years ago I would have walked by and I never would have known they had this in them. Like, I believe he did invoke something that was always there.
Yes.
Like, the country is divided. Like, let's make no mistake. If the country, it wasn't even divided with Trump. It was divided with Obama those last 4 years.
With George.
Right? Like, if we're being honest.
Yes.
Like, it was divided then.
Yes. But it shouldn't have been that in your face as it was.
It was very in your face. And recently, like we talked about on a podcast, I prefer you lie to me because lies are delicious. Like, I was okay with
just talked about that.
with my white counterparts, like, hiding their disdain for me.
Yeah, that shouldn't have been out front. That should have been, like, hidden.
Yeah, like, instead of just having it, like, wearing their disdain on their T-shirts, I disdain black guys, except for you, Koffee Black, because you're my friend. Like, I kind of like them just being hidden sometimes. They're lying to me, telling me I'm an all right guy, and really they hate me because of the color of my skin. Like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't like the upfront truth of Jesus. Like, I'm terrified for my son. I'm terrified for my kids. I'm terrified for my friends. I'm terrified for you guys. You know what I'm saying? It's just the world is really scary right now. Terrifying.
Yeah. I did, I liked some of the conversations that started though with my sons. Like the past summer when they were up, like I got to have conversations with them that I don't know if we ever would have had, like about racial equality and that kind of shit. Like, so that was cool.
And it's difficult for you, right? And I'm not judging because we're cool, we're brothers. But I imagine that was difficult for you because you had the birds and the bees talk, you had this talk, that talk.
That's
coming. With age, you have these other talks. But now you've got to talk to your son about race.
Yeah.
And about something that he should feel perhaps a bit of compassion for, that not really going to affect him if we're keeping it 100%. Like it won't, the injustice won't happen to him like it would happen to my son, which you had to try to get him to understand that this is wrong, even if you don't feel it's wrong. That had to have been difficult.
Yeah, and just that it's been hundreds of years the one way, and we have to try to get it away from that as much as we can.
I appreciate you having that conversation.
No problem, man. Yeah, no, it was actually good to have. Like, I didn't like. It wasn't anything I strayed away from, but it was cool. And like I said, I don't know if we ever would have that conversation if all the shit going on wasn't going on.
Right.
Like the
It
George
wasn't
Floyd
going
thing.
on. And that was the one thing about the pandemic that I told people, this has been happening forever. The only difference is everybody wasn't at home to see it.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was no programming. You got to remember what happened with media. You got to remember what happened with ESPN. They were showing old shit. There were no sports happening to distract you. The distractions had became null and void, and everybody had to face it.
Deal with it.
Whether they agreed with it or not, you had to face it, and you had to have those conversations.
Yes, absolutely. Guys, I have a clip. I have a clip of you guys. I didn't know if I could play it now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the clip is from I think 2 shows back. We were just talking about life and the games that are played that kind of surround how we live and how it shapes us in society. We were just kind of having a conversation. So this clip is just Koffee breaking it down in simplistic form on what's happening and how an individual gets introduced into the game of life.
Cool. I will play it right now.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one big ass game being played, right? And there's all these other little like subsidiary games being played underneath.
Oh my god. Y'all have no idea.
It's all these subsidiary games being played underneath, right? but here's the thing. Is you get skeeted out. You know what I'm saying? You get skeeted out. You know what I mean? You get developed. All of a sudden, the first rule to the game you learn is, hey, you need to shit and piss in this pot.
You're right. Right. That's a rule.
Actually, the very first rule is that you need to eat. So you're gonna suck on this tit.
Now, when I decide.
Or this nipple from a bottle. Every 3 hours, motherfucker. Now, if they don't feed you every 3 hours, it's also a game being on them. Because I'm going to start crying. And if they don't want to hear me crying, they better bring that goddamn bottle over there. So immediately they a part of the game. Right? Because it's rules on both sides. Wow. It's rules on both sides of the game. And everybody's trying to one up the other motherfucker. Everybody's trying to get over on the other motherfucker.
That's an amazing point to bring up. Yeah, we're trained from birth to expect.
From birth, you're in a game.
Yeah.
From birth, you enter the big game. Remember, like, people think Game of Thrones was just like a novelty type ordeal. Game of Thrones was really hitting heavy on a lot of social shit. Motherfuckers just weren't picking up.
Yeah.
You're born into a game that's already being played long before you even know it.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's what, just going back to my sons. My oldest son, no matter what time he'd be asleep, he'd wake up every 3 hours for that bottle. He'd wake you up. You'd be sleeping. He'd wake up crying.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow. He was conditioned.
That's how it is, man. That's how it is. There's more context to what we were talking about, and then close. They go look up Calling Audibles, Koffee Black, Brickhouse.
YouTube. Yeah, it's Calling Audibles podcast on YouTube, BNG Link Network. That's right now. So actually, we have a distribution deal that we are working on behind the scenes. So it'll probably may stay on YouTube, but it'll the newer shows as we release those will kind of be on that new network. But we'll circle back around.
Cool. Yeah. What is the BMG
go
network?
ahead, brother.
I'm sorry, my friend. I was going to ask what the network is.
Yeah, BMG Link, LINK Network. It's just our production company. We produce a few shows in-house. We just partnered with Morris Media. So it's going to take us into 196 countries once that's kind of up and running. As we speak of that, one of those productions is Koffee Black Condition. Koffee shot somehow we got the great idea to try to shoot a 2-city comedy show in the middle of COVID.
Dude,
wow.
I don't even, first of all, I'm being 100% honest with you, Robin Slim. Y'all, my brothers, y'all fam. I'm keeping it 100%. I do not know, still to this day. And this man, Brickhouse, is my brother. He's my family. My kids call him Uncle. Okay, I still don't fucking know how this deal came together. I just got a phone call that said, "Hey, you want to shoot a comedy special in between October and November in Vegas and Phoenix? Can you be ready?"
Wow.
Mind you, off of everything I had been there, I was like, and this is always my response. Oh, yeah, sure, let's do it. I was not prepared at all.
Right?
To shoot and record my first comedy special. First special shooting.
Yo.
I'm like, how much? He's like, well, I don't know, maybe like an hour. You got an hour? And I'm like, yeah, I got an hour. I absolutely didn't have an hour. I didn't have an hour. And this is one of the things. I had more than an hour. I had an hour and a half.
Cool.
Right? But I was still cultivating it.
Yeah.
And massaging it and working it.
Yes.
But I felt like it's the ego. Like, well, it's COVID. What's the worst that can happen?
Right. Opportunity knocks. You gotta answer.
It's what's the worst that can happen.
Right?
You could have fell in love in 2020. And then right now you could break up with your girl tomorrow. And you're like, oh, well, you told me you loved me when you met me last year. I'm like, baby, it was COVID. Like, I mean, come on. You really gonna hold me to that? Nobody's mind was right.
COVID made me do it.
I didn't even think I was gonna survive. And you seemed all right to die and leave alone.
Dude, that's amazing. I wonder how many couples only stayed together for COVID. And now that they got vaccinated, they're like, I'm out. I'm out. Fuck you. I'm done.
Oh, God. Do you guys know any couples that broke up in COVID?
I did have a coworker that did, yeah. But just the one. Just one. I feel like a lot of people
Stuck together.
were
yeah.
guilted to staying together. It's like, this will make us stronger. No.
It was probably more likely that there were couples that were on the verge of a breakup and then COVID happened. They're like, all right, well, I guess.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, the obligated relationships.
Yeah.
I talk about it in Condition, Koffee Black Condition, coming soon.
Coming soon.
I want to say...
we're shooting for Labor. So we haven't talked about this anywhere else. This is the first time we even talked about this special at all. We're working to get the first couple drafts together to kind of work through it because we want to tell the story. We did. Long story short, we got it. We definitely pulled it off. I don't know how we're going to classify it or how we're going to deliver it, but it was a hell of a ride. Coffee, you can, I don't know, talk a little bit about what your experience was from the time you got there and you found out we were going to have a special guest in the audience the next day. Let's not drop a name because we don't have that experience yet, but you know.
Yeah, listen, Rob, Slim, first of all, you guys know what it's like to have a drink. You guys know what it's like to have a drink.
Yeah,
I'm sure you do.
I'll do
Yeah. I'm done with my drink because I'm such a drinkaholic.
But your dream is your baby, right? Like your dream is your baby, and somebody is like, "Yo, we can turn this thing that's a thought into a reality," and you're like, "Okay, let's do it."
Yeah.
But you're very protective of it, and then all of a sudden you start seeing all what it actually takes to have this thing come true.
Yeah.
And that is one hell of an emotional ride. Because there was moments, again, quite honestly, we haven't said this, like me personally, I mean, Brickhouse knows, I didn't think it was going to happen. Like somebody tells you it's going to happen, and you see it starting to happen, and then all of a sudden, a disagreement happens, this might not happen.
Wow, yeah.
Or it might not happen, or it could happen, or, it's me. And it's like, I'm doubting, I don't fucking know if this can actually happen. Is this gonna happen? And if it happens, am I ready for the opportunity?
Right.
But I've been fortunate enough to have good people on my side and to have Brickhouse on my side, who is not only a big brother but absolutely believes in me. And it's almost like that. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Entourage.
Yeah. I've seen like the first season, first two seasons. We
have a Vince, Chase, Eddie. I mean E. Eric Murphy relationship where it's like, yo, I'm not gonna let this fail. Okay, like that's Jay. Like Brickhouse is, I'm not letting this fail. What you're gonna do, but guess what? At 8:00 in the morning, your punk ass is gonna be over here. So go cry in the corner. All right, wipe your crocodile tears. All right, and then get the fuck up and get ready to go because this is going to happen. And to be quite honest, that's how it happened.
Yeah, we do have to. Coffee
is directly connected to him. It's not me.
I was going to say.
I don't like taking credit for any of my successes because the background is this guy.
We do, Coffee. We do have to wrap this up.
The background is this guy. It's true. It's absolutely true.
I did want to.
In all due respect, I probably think this guy. I mean, he should probably be fathering my kids because he's way better as a parent than I am. Like, that's how much credit he deserves.
I wanted to say.
Check out. He's absolutely going to have to father my kids.
Hold on, Coffee. I have to say, because this is all relevant now. I have to say before we wrap this up, because we are at the end. We got to wrap this up, but I do have to say that from the first, and I could be wrong because I am drunk right now, and I was probably drunk every other time I spoke to you guys.
Probably,
but about 99% of the chance. But going back to when we first talked to Jack Brickhouse and Koffee Black, it was a very much like Brickhouse was the producer and Koffee Black was the star. We're talking to you guys today. You are one unit, is how I feel. You guys are Brickhouse and Koffee Black.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
We're gonna find you guys.
There's things I don't. He can literally speak for me. He knows.
Yeah, you
like,
guys.
He knows.
That.
I don't like. You know, like we're yin and yang. Like he knows what I'm thinking. I know what he's thinking.
Yes.
You know. Yeah. We're moving as a unit for sure.
That's why I didn't write. I
didn't
didn't write separate questions for you guys. I just had a whole bunch of different thoughts on the notebook when I prepped for you guys because I know you guys. Are like that.
Yeah.
Where can everybody find you guys?
So social media, Instagram, it's just Koffee Black, right? Koffe.
Not the other
Black.
one.
Yeah, Koffe Black. You'll notice that I have an American flag and a West Indian flag behind it, representing my roots.
Yes.
And Mr. Jack Brickhouse, right?
Yep, just Mr. Jack Brickhouse on Instagram. I'm on Twitter, not as active on Twitter, but I do check in and make sure speaking of that, I missed this interview by like a week. I hit Rob. He had asked like a week, and I hadn't been on Twitter. I'm like, fuck, I missed it. So we appreciate you guys for making that happen. But LinkedIn, Mr. Jack Brickhouse. You can find me across those platforms. Cigarettes and Bad Decisions is still in stores, Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. I have a project coming later, another book coming. The comedy specials coming. So when you guys start back your new season and come back around, we'll come back with some other stuff to promote. And then we also have a Cigarettes and Bad Decisions course. We partner with the university. So a lot of good stuff to come back and promote.
Awesome, guys. Awesome. Thank you so much. It's always great talking to you. And we will definitely do this sooner than later.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, we'll get them on call and Audibles.
Yes.
We say it every time. We got to do it.
Yeah, we have to.
This time we're doing it. We're doing it like within the next 2 weeks. We got to. Hey man, we got episodes that got bought that we got to fill.
Whoa!
Let's do it.
I want a little of the Koffee Black money, not the other Koffee Black though. I don't want to.
You don't want.
I don't want the other Koffee Black.
Yeah. You talking about a call and an audible on that one? Who's on the bottom now?
And I'm out of here.
See you guys.
Have a good one, guys. Thank
Love
you.
you guys.
Love you.
All right, guys. Take care.
See ya.
Later, guys.